coming, Macaulay.
I apologize for the lighting for mine. Oof.
It's okay. We're going to give everybody, let's just see what time it is here. It's 8:03. We're going to give everybody about 60 seconds to get on. I will be right back.
I have some people not on that are on the phone too, but I don't recognize any of the numbers.
Brandy's here. I'm on my phone.
Oh, hey, Brandy.
Michelle.
Hey, I'm gonna mute you and go listen to this in my jacuzzi. Okay, don't be jealous and pray I don't drop my phone in the jacuzzi. Okay.
I'm so jealous.
I love you. Okay, I'm gonna mute you. If you need me, let me know.
Okay.
Okay. I'm Rebecca. My phone number is one of the 608 numbers.
Okay, I'm gonna make a list here. We got, oops, Brandy, Rebecca, Michelle. Okay, Brandy, Rebecca, Michelle. Susan, I see. Is it Shauna or Shanna?
Shanna.
Shanna. Okay, Shanna.
Thank you.
Kim. I saw Jessica in here. Jessica Shaw. Sarah, you're still here, right? I saw you.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
No.
Where's everybody from?
I'm from French Lick, Indiana.
Oh, nice.
This is Laura, by the way.
Laura. Okay, got it.
My name is Rebecca, and I currently live in Platteville, Wisconsin. I've been here. This is my 7th year living in Platteville and working for the university here. I'm originally from the Madison area.
Oh, nice. Welcome.
Thank you.
This is Brandy, and I actually was born and raised in California, but I've lived in Wisconsin for 14 years, and I reside in Mayville.
Nice. Awesome. I was just making a list of who's on and where they're from.
I was listening. I was in the office just picking out my things so I could be a good mom to supervise my child.
I'm glad you printed it off because I forgot to.
Oh, no. I got it. Okay, let's rock and roll. I already started the recording actually because I want to just sit out here.
Yeah, hello.
Really go over just some etiquette. So if you have background noise, if you are on a cell phone, you're going to click on the screen and it's going to give you the chance to mute yourself. Please do that. If you're on the phone, I think it's *6. Try real noisy. And if the recording really unbearable to listen back to. Thank you. It got really quiet. And anytime you want to talk, you just unmute yourself and talk. But the more that we stay muted, the more that it comes through just good quality for those listening back. So welcome to our newbie call. If you ever can't hear me, you need to wave or shout or Carissa, give me the heads up. I don't always do my calls from the kitchen, but tonight I am because Macaulay had a rough night last night, and so we're a little off on schedule. So I'm just asking for grace. Thank you so much for extending that to my family with my husband working nights. I'm Kayla Troutman, a director here in Fond du Lac, and Carissa and I, those of you that are on our teams or have been for a little while, you know that we introduce each other. Crazy line here. But tonight, to save time, we're actually just going to kind of jump right in. So, Carissa, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Carissa Pierzo. I'm in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and I have a husband and 4 kiddos. And I've been with Wild Tree for 6 years.
Awesome. So we're
short enough, short and sweet.
That's perfect. We're going over some newbie information tonight. So all of you, it looks like I'm seeing lots of faces. PS from my org. Hey, Uplift. Lots of numbers joining us. So exciting. So most of you are all new. If you are on a computer and you can type in the box below what month you joined. And if you joined yet, tell us when you're joining. If you can't do that, that's okay. It's just fun for us to see when people are joining. But we're going to walk through basically tonight our 10 top steps for newbies. We're going to go Kayla speed through them. So really, really fast. Put on your seatbelt. And then we're going to leave it open at the end for questions. Right, Carissa? Do I have that right?
Yes, you are correct.
Do you want to do number one or you want me to?
I can do number one because I remember that one without having to look it up.
Okay, go ahead.
So number one tip is to schedule your orientation welcome call with your sponsor and their leader. Can you hear me? Because I feel like I'm cutting in and out.
You're still okay.
Okay. So get your orientation welcome call scheduled with your upline leader. This call is super, super important because you're gonna get to know who your sponsor is and their leader is. You're gonna map out a successful start strong plan with them to what goals you want each month, what you want Wild Tree to be income wise. You can talk about your fast start if that's something that's important to you as well. And then this also lays out the groundwork for when you can work, when you can't work, and it sets up a plan right in the beginning. So you both are on the same page and you're not all over the place.
Awesome. Yep. If you're an Uplift org, we do that right away. Many of you have done the orientation call and you haven't even joined yet, or you've joined now and you had done that orientation call a month ago or 2 months ago. Just remember the biggest part of that for my organization's sake is filling out your Dream Big action plan, because I can't be a good coach or mentor to you if I don't know where you're going. I've literally in the past coached people to what I thought was their goal. Like I thought they wanted to make $500 a month and they didn't care if they made 50. And then I was coaching other people to just hit the minimum. Here they were telling me they wanted to be builders after the. So please work with us, help us with that. Anything else? Ooh.
You're muted.
Okay, I'm still muted now. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be so glad. P.S. If you've been following my journey over the last 4 weeks, this is the last week of Nate being on nights. Amen. Hallelujah. This has been real fun, I'll tell you. Okay, number 2. Number 2. Use the contact list that you're creating in your orientation packet to reach out to people to grow your business and to set up your launch for success. Can you not? You're shaking your head no.
No, you were cutting out.
Okay. Fix it. Carissa, go with number 2. Go with contact list.
Okay. So number 2 is your contact list. So that is something that you are required to do with your orientation call. So we talked about the Dream Big action plan. So the contact list is something else that's going to tie in with number 1 to follow into number 2. So you're going to use your contact list to set up your launch dates and start talking to Wild Tree to these 100 people. You're going to hostess coach yourself like a pro. And if you're like, I'm not sure what hostess coaching is, don't worry, we have your back, and we will get that. We will help you with that in your first few weeks with Wild Tree. And then also, in addition to your launch dates and kind of planning that, using your contact list to book your first events outside of your launch dates. So whether that's just a Facebook event online, and then also asking I always say phone a friend. Asking those phone a friends to be your first host. So that's number 2, using your contact list.
Yeah, so people ask me how important it is to really make one. Can you shake your heads now if you guys can hear me? Is it better? Okay. People ask me how important it is to make your list. It's very important because you're dumping your brain of every single person you can think of in your life. There's no right or wrong people to write down. A lot of times I say pray over it. Pray over that list, and people will be put on your heart that you're supposed to introduce this to. So you're going to be introducing them in one of many ways, like Carissa hit on. You're going to be inviting them to your launch party. If they're not local, ask them to host an event on Facebook. Ask them if they're interested in the business. Like there's so many ways to use that list, and we'll train you more specifically, but it's really important that you have it, and it's really important that you set up your launch. So if you're on this call, can you raise your hand if you have a launch date picked so far or you've already launched? Can I keep them up for a second so I can see? Okay, got Kim. Yep, we're good. If you don't have a launch yet, we're going to work on that. And then all of you on the phone, if you want to chime in, I'd love to know, does everybody feel like they understand the launch portion of this? Number 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. The launch can be done in any way you want it to be. Carissa and I will tell you, do a double launch. So that might look like Susan and Kim, I know when they're launching, maybe they're also going to do a Facebook party. Maybe they're also going to have one of their friends host a workshop. They're doing a tasting. I know, Tracy, we're talking about yours. You're having your daughter host. You're doing a app party, like an app and appetizer party. And you're doing like the make it and take it tasting. So you've got a bunch of things going. That's a strong launch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, any questions on launching? This is kind of critical because I think this holds people up. Carissa and I were talking today. Don't wait for your box to come. The box isn't the magic bullet. Your kit is not what it takes. It actually just takes getting out there with a contact list of people and talking to them on the phone and sharing or selling taco seasoning, having events, whether it be Facebook or vendor events or parties, whatever you guys want to do. It doesn't matter, but you got to get doing. Does that make sense what we're saying for number 2? Go do something, basically. Go get out there and share your Wild Tree love. Did I miss anything, Carissa?
Nope.
Okay. You want me to do number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Social media presence. All of you are starting a group or a business page right away. And this is a really big deal because Wild Tree gives you a script and a set of graphics to help you grow your social media presence. Show of hands, how many of you know me or have been following me on Facebook or know Carissa and have been following Carissa on Facebook? Many of you, right? Do I have a presence on social media? I have a little bit of a presence, right? Does Carissa?
Can you just give me a minute?
Hey, who's got the really, really noisy line? Someone's got a really noisy line. Can everybody mute their lines? Okay, thank you. Oh, no, it's still pretty bad. Maybe it's Carissa. It's probably Carissa's kids. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding, Carissa, if it is your kids. But if it is, get off. No, I'm totally kidding. So having a no, it's okay. Totally fine. So having a social media presence is important. Now, if you're uncomfortable with that and you don't want to have a social media business, then I'm not talking to you. That's okay too. We still love you. But if you want to grow this big and you are on social media, you might as well use it because it's free. In case you guys don't know, Facebook doesn't charge us to run a business. It's pretty awesome. So use the 35-day script, use the graphics, and start to drive people without being a pest from your main wall to your group with teasers, professional tips, recipes, all of that stuff. Does that make sense? Say yes if it does, or shake your head so I know. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing yeses. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay. Carissa, go ahead. Number 4. Do you want to take it away?
Yep. Number 4 is start right away. So we already said don't wait for your box. Start right away. So you like the minute you sign up, you have a live website. You have a live website that you can share to people. You have your app that you can share with people. You can start placing orders 30 seconds after you join Wild Tree. So start right away. Be a product of the product. If you have Wild Tree in your cupboards already, eat it. Make experiments with it. Post it on your Facebook page. Post it in your recipe club. Share it with the woman at Target in front of you or at your kids' baseball games and things like that. Think of this as a part-time job or a full-time job, but talk about it very confidently. Not just like, oh hey, you want to book a party with me? That'd be cool. Like someone want to do a party. More so, you can say, hey, isn't dinner such a pain? Like if someone's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I feed my kids the same 5 things all the time. And you can be like, right, dinner is such a pain. Like I live on freezer meals. And then just have it build like that. And not like dinner's such a pain. Oh, she needs Wild Tree. I'm just going to shove Wild Tree on it. So if you can kind of hear the difference between that. Starting being a product right away, product of the product right away. This is another example I had with a girl today on my team. she was at checkout at the store, and the woman was making small conversation with her and said, you know, what do you do? And she said, always in the past, she was always like, oh, I'm a stay-at-home mom. And she's like, it just never occurred to me to say, I work for this great company, Wildtree. So today she actually said that. I work for this great company, Wildtree. We help busy people menu plan. And this lady's like totally interested, took her card, wants to place an order, and is now a part of her community with her recipe. So that's huge. That's just one conversation.
Yeah,
So
I think people are too timid. Carissa, you nailed that. That was awesome. That was perfect. I think people are just scared. And I should have added on here too, I'm coaching my team, and I think Carissa's going to be okay if I say this. She might want to kill me right now. So here we go. Let's everyone watch Carissa's reaction. I'm really encouraging you, when your business builder kit does come, to go live for 3 to 5 minutes with a scripted who you are, what you're doing as a job, how excited you are, and how you can serve and help people. And if they're not interested, who do you know that knows somebody that's super busy? Like, you know, people that have busy friends. You know, people that work out and post their workout selfies 72 seconds, you know, every 72 seconds every day with their protein shake and whatever. Like, you know, people that have celiac disease. You know, people that are overweight and really trying to lose it and not need a pill or a patch, and I'm not criticizing any of those things. Just, you guys get it, right? Like, so go live 3 to 5 minutes, no more. Unbox that beautiful kit. Show them what Wildtree is. Talk about how, sorry, my kid is playing a music instrument in the background now. But make sure that that's on your list. Go live as part of number 4. Okay, number 5, skilling up. You guys are already doing that. You're on this call. Kudos to you. Like, thank you for taking the time to watch the playback or join us. Every Sunday night, there's a free training call. It's called a Business Builder Call. Carissa and I both post about them every single Sunday night. Also, in your welcome email now from Carissa and I, and if you've been here longer than 60 days, we can get it to you. There's a new training website for newbies. Get on that. Play around with it. Carissa, is that you? Is you have a lot of noise, or is it somebody else? It's someone else? Guys, I hate to be like the noise police, but it's going to be really obnoxious when somebody else watches it. Like, I would hang up if I was watching the police. So if you have a lot of noise, can you mute yourself? Thank you. Keep muting. Thank you. Okay. So get on the Newbie website, the new training website. If you're on my team, I did share it recently in our team page. Also go into a resource called New or attend a local team meeting. Do you have to do all of those things? No. Carissa and I are telling you not to do all of those things. But you're going to do the things that you can do, and you're going to do the ones that relate to you. To be honest, I was telling Carissa today, I said, Carissa, what did you do when you were new? And she said, I never missed a business builder call. It's a free call every Sunday, and so now I record them. So please do the skill up. Any questions on that? That was really fast. Carissa, you were worried that might be confusing to anybody. Do you want to add anything to that?
No, I just know that sometimes there's just a lot of calls and like, oh, we're going to do this call, we're going to do that call. There's this training website, there's this thing, there's MRC, there's all these things. So just what we're trying to say, just find something that works for you. What worked for me was hopping on a call on Sunday night and listening to that 30-minute call, or doing the dishes, or winding down, or driving the kids to school. That's what worked for me. Sometimes hearing a call doesn't work for everybody. It might be hopping on and watching videos, and that's okay too. So whatever works best for you, work with Taylor or myself, and just let us know what works, and we can help. We can steer you in the right direction on where to go, so you don't feel like you're, like a wet noodle all over the place.
And also, too, you guys, that's what we're here for. We do a lot of stuff, and sometimes you might say, oh my gosh, Carissa, you're posting in your team page all the time. I don't know how to handle all those notifications. Or Kayla, you post every, 3 times a day. Like, what's the newest, latest, and greatest? We do that because we know that there's different learning styles. Some of you need to see me talking and showing you. Others can be in a car commuting and listen to a call. Others need a how-to, step-by-step training video to do something in the MRC. So we're trying to just share different ways. Find what works for your biology. If you can't tell, I'm a wing it kind of girl. I throw an invite out there and I just start inviting people, and I'll figure out the details the day of the party, like what I'm going to serve. But that doesn't work for all of you. So please know I'm never telling you that you have to work your business like me or Carissa. So just know there's a list of tools that in places that you can go. And I just had someone tell me tonight that they feel very supported in our group, in our org, and in Carissa's. They feel like we have the tools. It's just asking for them. Just ask for something if you don't know where to go, and we'll get you to the right place. Okay, number 6, Carissa, you want to go?
Number six is until your calendar is solid, that is your main focus. So I like to tell my team this too. So we focus on a launch party. Like that launch party is super important. Like we were saying about number 2, that launch party is like very, very important. A strong launch party, like Kayla said, having a launch party in home, online, and then dabbling in a couple other possible people that can host for you, that's a strong start. But until your calendar is like solid, you have to focus on other things other than just those launch days, if that makes sense. I always tell my team, don't put all your eggs in one basket, because people are going to cancel, people aren't going to be able to show up. You're going to have 20 people possibly attend and only 10 are going to be there. So continue to keep your calendar solid and continue to use that contact list to fill your calendar. Setting up in-person parties, online events. Maybe it's just one-on-one with your mom or sister-in-law or your neighbors. But until your calendar is solid, you need to continue to focus on that. And that's going to carry you through all the way through with your Wild Tree business month after month, whatever it looks like. If it's 4 for September, 2 for October, but you have to keep working at that.
That was awesome. No, that's perfect. That was perfect. Number 7, share the business from the start. How many of you joined? You don't have to raise your hands here if you don't want to. And you thought, whatever I do in this business, I'm not recruiting anybody. Yeah, everybody thinks that. Everybody thinks that, and that's okay. We still love you, Kim, and anybody else that raises their. Oh, do you have a question, Kim? You want to say something?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
I think I missed number 6, or I rolled it all into one.
5 is skill up. 6 is you keep working on your calendar until it's solid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mixed that into 5.
That's okay. And then number 7 is share the business from the start. Guess who did not earn her double fast start?
You.
Guess who's top in recruiting in the whole company right now? So everybody says they're not going to do it in the beginning. I was that same way. The first year and not having missed a whole year and then earned the next full calendar year I was with Wild Tree. So just know it's not just about vacations, and it's not just about like recruiting someone. Seriously, you guys, Janelle Bleefernick was the rep at the party I went to. All she said was, if this would be a blessing to your family, take home my story and let me know. And I honestly called her and said, I think it would be. And she's like, oh my gosh. Like, yeah, you were a shoo-in. I kind of thought you were closed to the idea. You were a little bit like, don't talk to me about the business. I was one of those that like ran out the door before she could actually ask me if I would sell Wild Tree. And long story short, you guys, this is my full-time career now. Who would have thought? So just be open to sharing the business. The best thing you can do right now, whether you're in your first 35 days, many of you are brand new. I'm seeing lots of fun faces. Many of you have been here 60 days, 90 days. Go ask a friend to be in the business with you. Right now, go invite people to do this. We've got our Discover Wild Tree event every other week. Do you guys all know how that works? Many of you were in Discover Wild Tree, so you know what that is. Okay, you're saying no, friend, okay? Discover Wild Tree is a group that we have on Facebook where every other week we share all of the business information about Wild Tree so your interested friends can learn about it and you don't have to recruit them. We recruit them for you. And then they join your team. Does that make sense? Let's see some yeses or nos. Carissa, what else? I'm not probably explaining that the best.
No, it's basically another recruiting tool. So you have people that are interested in hearing more about the opportunity, but you're not quite sure what to say. So you can plug them in here. Hey, let me get you plugged into this group that we have, and you can get the ins and outs and ask questions, come with your list of questions. I think it's just another great tool on top of like the 3-way conversations and things like that.
Yep, you guys, recruiting doesn't have to be recruiting. It can be sponsoring a friend, building somebody up, giving somebody hope or a belief or a dream. So when you end this call tonight, I want you to think of number 7 as just being open-minded. If you hear somebody that's broke, that hates their job, that loves to cook, that loves to teach and educate people, maybe they're retired looking for a hobby, they're a great candidate, so get them on board. And if you're not sure what to say to them, reach out to your upline or simply invite them to our Discover Wild Tree event. That's what we're saying. If you don't know what that is, just ask us and we'll get you connected. But it's a Facebook group that helps you basically give them facts and then they can decide if it's good for them or not. So, okay. Carissa, number 8.
Okay, number 8 is ask questions and learn. The more, a lot of people will say, oh, I don't mean to bug you. I have these questions. No, that's what we're here for.
Saying that. Yeah, stop saying that. All of you right now, you're laughing. Stop texting me in the morning and saying, I'm sorry to bother you. You're not a bother. This is what I do for a living. Sorry, I get a little bit passionate about this one. Don't.
I mean, I'm like a grandma, so I'm in bed really early, so don't text me at like 10 o'clock at night because I'm usually passed out by then. But I'll get back to you in the morning. But no, yeah, ask questions and learn. Like, all of you are part of a Facebook page or Facebook group, or at least should be here. That's a great resource. We're a great resource. But reach out and ask questions with other reps within our groups. If you don't know, too, in the beginning, I guess we didn't really say this. I'm in a different organization than Kayla's organization. So we're 2 separate, but her and I just get along we got along really well and we work well together. So we're just kind of combining forces, I guess you would say. She's great at recruiting, I'm great at sales, and we just kind of put 2 heads are better than 1. So we should have said that in the beginning, just so some people get a little confused, like, why don't I ever see anything with Carissa or Kayla, vice versa.
Yep. Yeah, and if you ever reach out to the wrong, to the person that's on your upline, we're not going to not help you, but we may just kindly say, oh, I bet Carissa knows that answer, and it's just because I know she's got a way that she does things that's working, and I like later, but we'll always direct you to the right place too. But yeah, ask questions, don't be shy.
Because the more questions you ask, the more you're going to learn too.
Yep. Number 9. Consistency is like the only way to go in this industry. If you don't want to be a statistic and end up falling off and being like, oh my gosh, this wasn't worth it, it's because you weren't consistent probably. And then the other thing is professionalism. I might say a few bad words to you guys, like I may drop an F-bomb. It's kind of a bad fault of mine. But I never would do that in front of customers. I never would. I don't complain. Chris and I talk about this a lot. I do not complain in a negative way on Facebook. It's unprofessional because my storefront is Facebook. That's your storefront too. So when you're in front of your customers, be awesome, be fun. I don't care if you have a migraine that's paralyzing you. I mean, I do care, but I don't care when you go out in front of that crowd. You either need to cancel or you need to go and put your game face on, because it's not those customers' responsibility to handle what's going on in your life. And I say that too, like, if you get in a car accident and you want to like kill the driver that hit you, like, I get that, but you really don't need to post that on Facebook. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, it just hurts your business more than it releases tension or energy or whatever. So just be a professional. The other thing is, share away what Carissa and I use, but it's a really good idea to read the posts first, because sometimes I use my child's name, I use my website, and yes, I'm saying this in the funniest way possible, but I have read recently like my son's name in somebody else's post, and I was like, well, that's weird. Like, Macaulay is a very unique name. So just, I'm laughing about it, but just know, like, take the 30 seconds, set yourself up for success, and pay attention to what you're doing. I promise you that's where the consistency starts to play into effect then. The more professional you are, the more that people want to work with you. Now, that's not to say Chris and I will tell you that we haven't made bad mistakes. Recently, Susan ordered from me, who's on here, and I shipped her items to the wrong state. So, and she's still joining my team. So clearly she's okay with a mistake now and then. Like, you have to be okay admitting, like, uh-oh, I think I messed up. And then just fixing it, okay? So you don't have to be perfect. We're not saying, notice I didn't say perfection in professionalism. I just said consistency and being as professional as possible. Chris, anything you want to add?
Yeah. No, that's good. Yeah. I think that's really great.
And then number 10.
Yes, number 10. So I just threw this on there. Number 10, one of my most favorite tips. Be fearless, be curious, be loud and proud. So what do I mean by be furious, be curious, or be fearless, be curious, be loud and proud? So being fearless, I feel like a lot of us will get fear in our head, and then that fear will just stop us from doing anything. It'll stop us from telling anybody what we do. We start feeling ashamed. Maybe we think that this isn't for us. People tell us no all the time, and then you think, okay, I'm just going to forget about it. But be fearless. Know that what we have here at Wild Tree, people need. And we don't have enough Wild Tree people to serve the people that need Wild Tree. There are so many people that need it. It might not be your immediate circle of people that need Wild Tree, but there is a whole other big world of people that need what we have to offer. So be fearless. Don't let one couple people telling you no or having a bad party get in your way, because that's just the nature of the beast, and that's just what's going to happen. The be curious part is, be curious about different ways to do things. You don't have to do things by the book. You can do things more creatively, think outside the box. So be curious about different ideas and things like that can propel your business forward. And then the part where I say be loud and be proud is be proud of the company you work for. Wild Tree is an amazing company that's heading in a really great direction that, I was just telling Jessica, she's on this call, I was telling her earlier, I'm like, to be quite honest, food's not really going anywhere. So, it's not a trend. It's not a fad. It's not going anywhere. So just be loud, be proud, and share it with everybody that you can think of.
Awesome. Okay, who has a question for us? We are full of information, if you can't tell, and passionate about what we do. So we would talk for 3 hours straight. So because this is going to cut us off at 40 minutes. I purposely set this. So let's open it up for any questions you have. Who has a question or a comment or a thought? You can type it in the text box too. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Carissa.
Yeah, and did you find this helpful too?
Yeah. Yes, helpful. Anybody else helpful? Yep, okay.
Anybody typing? Let me see. Yeah, anyone can type if it's too loud. Questions? Everyone knows everything, ready to rock and roll tomorrow?
Yes. Number one takeaway. Don't start your message with, I'm so sorry to ask you this. No, I'm just kidding.
Love it. This is Brandy. I just wanted to say thank you. Kayla, I know I sent you a message about doing a follow-up. So
Okay.
I'm kind of a different story. Hello?
Yep, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm a little bit of a different story. I hurried up and signed up super quick just so I can get to conference, which was the best thing I've ever done.
Yep.
I feel like maybe I know that I'm going full speed ahead, but maybe I need to do a double up, and I'd be okay with that. So
good thought. Okay.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like you're talking about doing your I know we just talked about this. I never did my 100 people. I was just hurried up and did it just so I could go, and it was like playing catch up. So maybe that's something that we talk about doing, and I'm good with that. I love it.
No,
I'm going as hard as I can.
Yeah, you definitely need to make a contact, sit down and actually do a full contact list of 100. And you definitely, because did you ever send me your Dream Big Action Plan yet? No, right?
No, I've got a note at my desk.
I thought. I was going to say,
knows probably, but I work full time too, so.
Okay.
But I'm going to make it work. But yes, I've got it. I promise I do it. So I will.
Perfect.
You're very nice.
Thank you. I'm gonna mute myself. Thank you.
Thanks, Brandy. I'll listen to your messages too and get back to you. Hey, somebody's not muted with a little one, so we're hearing all of your family stuff.
Oh, is that me? Sorry.
That's okay. I can't see everybody's face, so I don't know who it is. I can only see the main people that are whenever you're talking. Okay, who else has a question? That was a really good thing, Brandy. Thank you. P.S. I want to quickly say this too. I worked for 3 years of it, a long time, right, Carissa? I mean, you had your kit for a while before you really started it up. Lots of you, Kim, working full-time. I mean, lots of you are working multiple jobs or working full-time. So I just want to say, like, that is 100% all the respect from us possible, but know that this is possible. Like, you can do it. It just takes a lot of time management. To be honest, in some regards, I miss driving to work every day. I actually did better focused calls, and I listened to more training calls than I ever do now, because you guys have met Macaulay, some of you. It's not exactly the season of life. Toddler years are not the years that you can focus, I'm finding out. So my point is, whatever season you're in, you may be retired, you may be in college, you may be working full-time, you may have 7 kids. You're welcome here, and if you watch this playback, like, we will help you get your schedule figured out. But yes, do your contact list and your Dream Big action plan, no matter what.
Yes.
Any other questions? Otherwise, I have a quick
have a quick question.
Yep.
I wanted to double check that I have the information correct. Is the phone number that I dialed tonight and this code that I use, is that the same for the business builder calls, or is it going to be different every time?
The business builder calls are always the same, but it is not this. This is my personal team's Zoom line, just like Carissa has a Zoom line. And then the business builder calls are done on a call line that's been kept up for years. So basically, no, this is not the same, and we will share about that every Sunday. And eventually, you'll probably just save it in your phone.
Yeah, you get an email too from
Sonara. Great. Yep. Great. Yeah, that was a great point, whoever added that in. Thank you. Who else has a question? That was great. My last thought for you is just don't overthink things and just keep moving, like I said, because the past is in the past, and that's not taking you to the next place. So you just look ahead to your goals and you just start moving.
Yep.
Anyone else? It's going to cut us off. Oh, Susan, go ahead.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's in the package, the startup package?
What comes in it?
Yeah.
2 oils, 1 salad dressing, Asian ginger plum dressing, the Best of Wild Tree 8-pack. So it's got your 8 most common seasonings. You can look that up online to see what's in it. And then 8 party packs. And what a party pack is a set of samples that you could serve at 8 parties. So it's a bunch of sample things that you could cook up and make. Or if you have Wild Tree already, you can obviously use whatever you have in your pantry too to sample at parties. So you're going to have 8 party packs. It's very well laid out, very user-friendly. Best of Wild Tree 8-pack, 2 salad dressings, or 1 salad dressing, 2 oils, and all your catalogs, order forms, hostess coaching brochures, all of that stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yep, good question. That's a good one.
Exciting.
Yes, very exciting. Yeah, it's a great, get in if you haven't bought your kit yet. Buy August 31st. We all know that, right? All of your launches are set up intentionally because you get all of that stuff for the $50 price before it goes up. But P.S., don't panic. The new kit is gorgeous. Carissa hasn't seen it yet, but it is beautiful. The new training manuals, everything. I promise you, you're going to have a great time sharing the business opportunity with the new kit too. But why pay more when you can get the old kit for the $50? So it just doesn't